Hello everyone, my name's Caylyn. I am not a therapist and today I'm doing something a little different. I am recording myself down here and showing you my screen because today I'm going to walk you through 4 different online resources for finding therapy, for getting help. I've picked 4 resources that are all different from the previous one to help us navigate the vastness of the internet a little bit easier when it comes to what often feels like the overwhelming task of finding a mental health professional. This video is going to be full of different tips and tricks for looking for somebody who is right for you. So you're going to watch my intro and I'm going to pull everything up. So the first site we're going to look at is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counseling service. They don't offer in-office sessions. Everything is done online. They are not the only resource like this, but I have picked this one because I got curious and went through their questionnaire before. So you have the option to pick a couple different types of therapy. If you want to explore their page, go for it. What I like about BetterHelp and the idea of a lot of these online therapy services is that they're going to match you with someone, which sometimes that process is skipped. It's skipped when you're looking for your own therapist, somebody who practices independently. You don't necessarily go through an intake process. So you have a questionnaire here, and you're going to go through and answer these questions as best you can. I highly recommend being honest for something like this because it is going to help them match you with somebody a lot better. And I think, again, that's one of the really great things about this kind of resource is that you're going to go through this process and be matched with a therapist who can help you with these different types of things. So at the end of this whole questionnaire, it takes a little bit to get through, and I'm not going to waste your time. You're going to have the option to sign up for an account. If you do this, keep in mind that they're going to try and match you with somebody right away. You can try it out for 7 days for free, if I remember correctly. They will try and support you financially by helping you find insurance plans or things that help cover the costs of BetterHelp. Otherwise, if it's still the same, it's $80 a week for access to your therapist at any time and being able to schedule appointments with them. Now, I haven't necessarily checked out a lot of other online resources like this, but I'm going to imagine that they all have a similar process. So if you really don't know where to go when it comes to therapy and you're comfortable with online therapy, whether it's through messaging or through video chats, I highly recommend starting with something like this. The next thing we're going to look at is CAMH, which is the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. Now, some of the things I'm looking at here are services that are provided only in Canada. If you're not in Canada and you're watching this, don't worry. Every country to some extent has its own mental health organizations, has its own governing bodies, or has its own versions of what I'm looking at today. I'm pretty sure BetterHelp is actually an American company. So even if you don't have access to CAMH specifically, the sites for other national mental health organizations are going to have very similar things. So this is still super helpful. So under your care, you're going to be able to look at programs and services. So for example, if we click on addictions and substance abuse, if we actually click on it, we're going to be taken to a list of services and resources that CAMH offers. So it's important to remember that CAMH is actually a hospital. They have lots of inpatient programs. This is the place that you want to go if you're struggling with addiction or struggling with a disorder. They are going to be able to provide you really good help and put you in the right direction. So you can see here that there's lots of different options for different things that you can access, different programs that they have for different people, women's, youth addiction, gambling, Aboriginal services. CAMH also has an emergency department. So if you ever feel that you're really struggling and you really need to talk to somebody, I highly recommend visiting the emergency department. They're going to be able to send you in the right direction. And there's all sorts of information on their website on how to access different things, the location, hours of operations of different things. So I highly recommend, wherever you are in the world, taking a look at what kind of mental health organizations there are that are going to offer these kinds of things. Next. The Ontario College of Social Workers and Social Service Workers. While the college won't necessarily, they're not going to pair you with anyone, here's the cool thing that you can do with this kind of online resource. A college, in this case, is responsible. They are the governing body for whatever is under them. So they are, in this case, this is the Ontario College of Social Workers and Social Service Workers. Those social workers need to be registered with this college. It's the same for psychologists. They need to be registered with their governing body. Doctors, dentists, yada yada. You get the idea. So they have all sorts of information. A lot of this information is for the people who are members of this organization. They have council meetings, things like that. But if we go to find a social worker or social service worker, I'm going to show you a little hack. So it goes through all sorts of information. Let's go down to the bottom. I'm a member of the public and I agree to the terms of use. I'm going to submit that. We're going to get a new page and I'm going to be able to search for a social worker or social service worker. So here what you can do is check that the person that maybe you're doing research on or you're interested in seeing as a mental health professional is registered. The other thing that you can do is do a professional corporation search. So there's going to be different corporations in different parts of, in this case, Ontario, because it's the Ontario College of corporations that do this kind of thing. So if we click Allison Newton here, you're going to get all of the information. So the corporation number, what its name, what the practice name is, address, phone. So you can also look up different corporations that are registered so that, again, you know that they are legitimate. So that is how that works. You can also check out, I think it's a college of psychotherapists as well. They also have a governing body so that you can check. Okay, last resource we're going to look at. This one's a big one. Buckle up. Lots of tips coming your way. Psychology Today. I'm sure you've seen their magazines places, but they do an online magazine where they have different articles and stuff that you can read. They have like a blog, all sorts of mental health professionals on here. So here's why this resource is really great. We can get super specific with the mental health professional that we're trying to find. Okay, therapist in Toronto. List as long as forever, right? So we can get a little bit more specific. Let's look at Central Toronto and find people. Now we're gonna get a list. We're just gonna get the list. This is the laundry list. But first thing I'm gonna do is take you through a profile. For the record, I have no idea who Greg is. Greg, I hope you're well if you ever see this. Greg is a psychologist. I believe you have to have your PhD to consider yourself a psychologist, so there you go. Contact information, location, they do a little write-up about themselves and what they practice. Over on the right, specialties. This is super important because I think it's very relevant to find a mental health professional that is specializing in whatever it is that you're looking to have help with. Most mental health professionals on here are going to have, a laundry list of issues that they're capable of helping you with, but looking at their specialties can help you find somebody that's targeted or works more frequently with what you're wanting help with. So they'll also have mental health, talk about sexuality. I think that's definitely a very important thing to have. Back on the left or in the middle, we've got finances. Also a very important part. Cost per session, whether or not they have a sliding scale, how you can pay, and accepted insurance plans. As we scroll down, you're going to get their qualifications as well as additional credentials. This is, a nice feel-good moment so that you know what you're getting is legit. Back over on the other side, they're going to look at their client. They're going to tell you their client focus. So what they focus on, what communities they're a part of. Further down, this may or may not be relevant depending on how much you pay attention to this kind of things, the types of different therapy that they do. This is something that might be really relevant if you're interested in learning about different therapy modalities, or you already know that something doesn't work for you. You can find somebody who focuses in on this. Now, as much as there's a long laundry list of things here, and he probably can practice all of these, definitely, again, go back to the top and read the description, because Greg here will tell you what he most predominantly uses, or what he can help you with, or what issues he deals with. Now, the most excellent thing, in my opinion, about Psychology Today as an online directory is that you can click on different things. Let's do relationship issues. And you can start finding therapists that are going to have, on their profile that they work specifically with these issues. Okay, so right here, one of her specialties, relationship issues. So if that's something you really need help with, you can find somebody a lot easier who specializes in that. If we scroll down, you're going to get all the same kind of information: finances, qualifications, CAMH, where they went to school, what types of therapy they use. Again, all very important. Up here, you're going to see that she's not just a regular psychotherapist. She's got other credentials and qualifications as well. So this is another excellent thing to take a look at. Dr. Philip, PhD. Down here, okay, we've got all sorts of different things. I don't know what half of these are. I'm trying to find one that I know. Apparently not helping. Okay, a little bit different. Kavita, she is a clinical social worker / therapist, registered social worker, master of social workers, Ontario Association of Social Workers. So you can find different types of mental health professionals through Psychology Today. Again, also great. One of our takes was a relationship issue, so that's been highlighted. If we go back here, you've got insurance, gender, types of therapy, age, price. We do price. You want to find something that is a little bit on the cheaper end for you. You have that option while still maintaining what kind of things you want. You want to add a filter? Go for it. It's going to pull up all of these different therapists that you have access to and give you different options. The cool thing about Psychology Today is all of these people are independent practitioners, so they can set their prices, they can have a sliding scale. You're probably going to work and book your appointments directly with them or with their receptionist. So it's a really great way to build a relationship with a therapist. I highly recommend putting in the work ahead of time. Take the time to discover what it is you want help with, and then use these filters to find the type of therapist or mental health professional that you're looking for. I know research sucks and something like this can be hard, but putting the time into it will make the difference in the long run. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or want to see a video about anything else and any other tips, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please like, share, and comment, and I will see you next week. Cheers.